How's that line looking? Do you want to read that one?
UNREP.
Very good. If I get you to just take hold of that, where you tend to hold something to read. And how's the paragraph here looking there? Is that quite clear? Is that quite...
Yeah, it's really clear.
And into my right. Back to this eye. Back to this one. That's good. Do you think that they look sharper and clearer on the red or the green, or are they about the same?
It's definitely the red.
And so we've got better with 1 or with 2, or no difference. 1 or 2. About the same.
2, I think.
2.
Yeah.
And looking down, gently going to lift this eyelid up. That's good. And if I just get you to close your eye for a moment.
They're level, I think.
And does it look like they're sort of vibrating, or are they nice and stable?
Stable, I
That's
think.
good. Melissa, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How's everything been since last saw you? All okay?
Good, yeah, it's been a while, sorry.
Don't worry, that's fine. Time flies away with ourselves. And how's everything been since I last saw you? So it was, 2-3-ish years ago.
Yeah.
Everything was fine then. How's everything been since?
Good, yeah. I don't actually know when the last time I had my eyes properly checked was, but it has been over a year.
Okay.
Because I think when I came, I'd been doing it a bit more frequently.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there'd not really been any huge change, really. We were talking about the little freckle on your right eye, which I think had always been there. I think with the few eye exams you've been having, that was sort of a common finding, but that's all fine. And yeah, prescription-wise, it hadn't really altered, and I think your glasses were fairly new at that time anyway, so not really worth the expense of new lenses. So these glasses, are these ones from sort of more recently then, when you had an eye test? Or?
They're definitely last year, but I think it might be near the start. Or maybe the end of the year before, actually. It's been a while.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bit confused because I have 2 pairs from, and they're slightly different prescriptions, but one I use as my TV glasses. And then one is my, in my bag glasses.
Yeah.
And I kind of switch between the two because I realised a way of getting around me being lazy and never wearing them was to always put them in the locations where I need them.
That's quite sensible strategy.
Probably not the most financially friendly strategy, but multiple glasses.
But I mean, with a prescription like that, you're absolutely fine for not. It's not that you're going to be sort of walking into lampposts without it.
Just train timetables, television, all those sorts of things.
Brilliant. Well, if it's okay, can I quickly borrow them? Because what I can do is get the prescription from them, and then we've got a bit of an idea sort of what's going on between the time I last saw you and the last eye exam that you had. And then we can sort of see if it's changed much. So I'll just quickly pop those on here. It's always handy being able to measure what's in them.
Cool.
Because you can sort of sit back and properly see what's going on, and it's quite useful for sort of showing people how we measure specs as well.
That was so quick as well.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunately that's quite a few years of measuring glasses on a photometer teaches us to be quite quick at doing it. But it basically we can measure the strength of the lenses, and that way it's quite useful because obviously if I saw in 22 and then this prescription is different, if I didn't measure these, I'd be comparing against my findings and going, oh, prescription's changed, and actually it may not have because you're wearing the up-to-date prescription.
Right.
So, in fact, let me just clean my fingerprints off them, and then...
It's probably got some of mine on there as well, don't worry.
Okay, let's pop those on there, that's better. Right, so what we'll do is we'll have a quick look, because you don't wear them all the time. I will check your vision without glasses just so we can be sure of what's going on. So if you want to have a look at the letters in the mirror, please. Do you want to read that line? A bit fuzzy.
Yeah, it's a bit fuzzy.
Try slightly bigger.
It might be an O.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a Z.
Mm.
Oh my god. I genuinely...
They're a bit further. Don't worry. What we'll do, if we go for some slightly larger ones, try those.
P, D, R, V, H.
Excellent. And how about these ones?
F, H.
Yes.
N, U, R.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a bit of a
squint,
struggle with that.
I
Yeah, I was
can
going to
do
say, a little bit of squinting going on there. So if I then give you the cover told. So if you want to hold that in front of your left eye for me, please. I'm just going to make the letters a bit bigger. Do you want to read those ones?
R, P, F, U, Z.
Very good. And how about those ones?
P, V, R, D, E.
Lovely. Anything there?
R, P, D, N, U.
Bit of squinting going on there, but yeah, no, that was good.
How come the squinting makes it, you can see it?
Yeah, so we're effectively reducing the aperture size within our eye. So we're turning our eye into a pinhole camera. And so just as a pinhole camera gets really clear focus because it's such a small aperture, we're sort of doing the same thing by squinting as well.
Yeah,
So
that's fascinating.
yeah, so it does make it easier, but yeah, perhaps not natural vision, shall we say. So I'll get you to cover your other eye up for me. And do you want to read those ones?
U, N, F, H, D.
Brilliant. And how about these ones?
R, E,
Mhm.
F, P,
Yep.
D.
Very good. Anything there?
N, F, H, U, D.
Not too bad. So, if I could then get you to, if I take the cover from you, and there's never a letter V in the middle when we need one. Well, look at the letter V that's not quite in the middle. Looking at the point at the bottom of it for me, so just keep looking at that. And I just want to see how your eye muscles are working together, so just keep watching that there. That's good. Very good. Lovely. And if we were to do the same, it might be a bit clearer than the letter chart in the mirror. Having a look at the tip of my pen for me, I'm just going to do exactly the same again. Wonderful, that's good. So what we're looking at there is where your eyes are naturally wanting to sit. Very few people are born with eyes sort of perfectly straight ahead. And so when we stop our eyes talking to each other, they sort of sit in their natural position, whether that's slightly outward from straight ahead or slightly inwards from straight ahead. So it's nothing wrong with your eyes, don't worry. It's quite normal, but it's useful to check. Because if our eyes are not wanting to sit here and they're sort of really wanting to sit out here, there's a lot of muscle power that's being used just to keep our eyes looking straight ahead.
Yeah.
And if we then go to read, we're having to turn in even more. So our eyes can fatigue a lot more than someone whose eyes are maybe only ever so slightly outwardly displaced.
Okay.
So, right, time to sharpen things up a little bit. If you could pop those on for me. Is that looking a little bit clearer now?
Yeah.
There we go. Back into HD. So if I jumble the letters up, do you want to read those ones for me?
E, R, D, V, U.
Very good. And those ones there.
F, E, R, Z, N.
Lovely.
H, U, V, D, N.
Good.
U, P, V, N, F.
Mm-hmm.
P, U, V, R, E.
Good. Getting small.
H, F, D, V, Z.
Very good. If I was really mean, can you get anything on that line at all? It's absolutely fine if not, because they are very small.
I think it's a P.
It is?
U. It's either a H or an N.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, then that one's an N, I think. The one next to it.
Yep.
And then it's a D.
Yes, sorry, it's a bit mean of it to put two very similar looking letters next to each other. Very good. So that's the one smaller than 20/20 vision, so that's sort of 110%, so it should be a bit of a challenge to get that one.
And can some people genuinely do that without?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not that we're envious of them or anything, but yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that is a superpower.
And that one there is 20/20 that we've got up on the screen there, and then the driving standard is that one there. So it's there's quite a range.
Yeah, I need these.
Yeah, I mean you definitely need them in the car. But equally, kind of black and white letters is not really a measure of the full scope of vision required for driving. Right. So there is an additional test on top of vision that we check for sort of the DVLA standards for driving. Yeah. But there is an argument that does that really relate to any kind of visual activity with driving? Because obviously number plates aren't even that crisp black on white.
Yeah, definitely.
But we've got to have something to the benchmark, and it is that line. So I'm going to get you to cover up your left eye again for me, please. I'll jumble the letters up. And how's that line looking? Do you want to read that one?
UNREP.
Very good.
NVEFD.
Very good.
FVUZH.
Lovely.
EFPUM.
And again, being really mean.
ZNU. P or F? What's one of them?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for P.
F, but that's fine, don't
and
worry.
D. Yeah.
Very good, well done. So what we'll then do is do the same for your other eye for me. And jumble them up, give you a fresh set.
NEUHZ.
Lovely.
NPUZV.
Very good.
PDZRF.
Full house, well done.
Oh.
There you go. So, if we then go slightly bigger letters, and if I take the cover again, so having a look at the pointy part of the V again, so I just want to see how your eye muscles work. Good. And if we do the same, having a look at the tip of my pen for me. Lovely, that's good. Right. So the other one that we need to do is check your close-up vision. So if I get you to just take hold of that, where you tend to hold something to read, and how's the paragraph here looking there? Is that quite clear? Is that quite...
Yeah, it's really clear.
Is it quite comfortable as well?
Yeah.
Is it as clear and comfortable with just one eye?
Slightly worse, but still fine. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Lovely. That's good. It's not the most exciting story, so
I was starting to read them.
Yeah. We'll come back to that. That's fine. Lovely. So.
Thinking that earlier, because with the letters I feel like my brain starts trying to find words that aren't there.
Yeah, I've yet to have it come up with a word, but so that's good. Vision wise, that's all looking fine. So have you been aware of any change with your vision? Any concerns that you're having?
I don't think so, no. I can't remember when I first came, but I think I was having more headaches back then, and I really don't have them now. Yeah,
because I think it was sort of possibly with the new job. We were getting them every couple of days, and it was more evening based, bit of a hat band ache. So those have sort of completely.
Oh, that might be. So I can't remember if it was straight after this, but when I was at that job, I managed to find on the desktop a way of putting it in night mode.
Okay,
and it completely went away.
Oh,
so I
brilliant.
think it was just the light, the brightness was so strong. And that was really good. Yeah, I guess that must have been shortly after this exam. I think I was experimenting.
Yeah.
And the night mode was like
game changer.
Yeah.
Is it the sort of office that's got lots of artificial lighting and things?
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, really grim.
Are you still working there?
No, I've left
Okay.
now,
All right.
so
Okay.
now it's just I'm not using anything on my computer at home though, which maybe I should look into because it is quite bright.
I was going to say, if it's bright, it's worth looking at. Basically, the reason that people have problems, particularly with monitors and these open plan offices with artificial lighting, if you think about when our visual system evolved, we obviously weren't working in offices, we were out in the wilderness, chasing each other with clubs and looking for somewhere to sleep. So that's what our vision is primed for. It's much more natural patterns, natural contrast. Whereas an office environment is very artificial. You've got sort of lots of rigid straight lines, it's very high contrast, black on white, lots of artificial lighting. So it's not really what our vision is optimised for. And because of that, we're right at the upper limit of kind of the processing power of our visual system. And that's then where all these symptoms start to creep in, just because it's just overload for our visual system.
Right, okay.
And some people get it if we're sort of really controlling of the environment. We can really manufacture the symptoms, whereas other people will get them on a day-to-day in an office, in a supermarket. And it's these quite tricky symptoms to describe. Sometimes it's a headache. Sometimes it's just, it just doesn't feel comfortable to look at, and I really can't pinpoint why. Some people get anxious in a supermarket, those sorts of things.
Okay. Is there, so in terms of a setup at home for like editing and colour grading and things, is there like an ideal lighting? Is it just warm lighting?
Warm lighting's generally better. Okay. It is a little bit whatever sort of feels comfortable for you.
Right, okay.
At the quite extreme end, when we have patients who really struggle, so some of the work that I do with sort of visual processing problems and brain injury patients, they get very extreme symptoms in these environments. And at that point, we can start to use particular frequency colour filters, so particular shades of colour that just strip away some of those symptoms. So it is possible to do a sort of a screening assessment where we look at a range of colours. There's usually one that's, that feels so much better. And then it would be a case of, I tend to say, take it and try it for a couple of months so that we know it's a lasting improvement, not just the heat of the moment and the excitement of it helping. But it is something that can be incorporated into specs if we're finding that it's a lasting benefit. So we can always take a look at those and see if that's something that would help.
So fascinating. Because the headaches went away straight away, so there was clearly something in the blue light, or blue light. I don't know what the difference is. It turned it warm and yellow.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
From being white.
It can be though. Do you get migraines at all? Or have you ever had migraines?
I have, but honestly not anymore.
Yeah. Okay. So again, that can be something that can be linked with visual stress. Is sort of the term we use to describe it.
Hadn't thought to be aware of, because it's very recent that I left my office job and now I am kind of editing all day at home, constantly on that screen, and I have the brightness up really high because of the colour grading to see it all. So it's probably not doing the best on my
I mean, it's not that it's doing lasting damage, but if it's sort of causing symptoms, then it's worth looking at.
I'll be aware of that, because that completely slipped my mind, like changing environments.
It can do. How do you find, if you are in somewhere like a supermarket or a sort of big shopping centre that's full of artificial light?
I've never really thought
never
about
noticed.
it.
That in itself is probably a sign that it's not an issue. That's fine.
It was just the office job, I think, that was doing it. So.
And so migraines, you said you've had them previously, not recently. Any diagnosed health conditions at all? Anything you're taking medication?
Nothing.
That's good. I know last time I mentioned the hay fever that you sort of get early springtime. It can affect your eyes. That's any change with that? Or?
Nothing. No. There is like diabetes in the family. But
yes. So we've got sort of mum's sister and a grandma with diabetes.
I guess since then my mum was diagnosed as pre-diabetic, but she somehow like they gave her like pointers of what to eat, and she pushed it back.
Pulled it back. Okay.
So I don't know. If that's
I mean,
like
it's
in the genes or.
It's useful to know, because obviously sometimes it can be lifestyle. Sometimes it can be that we just have a more susceptibility to, even if we're trying our best, it's sometimes we still need to rein it in a little bit. It's useful to know. Not that it automatically is picked up on an eye exam, but if there's a tendency for maybe diabetic changes, then we can be on the lookout for those.
That's good.
Any eye problems in the family since we last met? Any sort of diagnosed eye condition?
I probably haven't asked.
So it's not normal sort of dinner conversation, but
just
nothing you're aware of.
Both parents having bad eyesight. So
that's And has anything happened with your eyes since I saw you? Any injuries, infections?
No, nothing I can think of.
That's good. Yeah, so we can say you're no longer in the office. It's
Yes, yeah.
mainly the home office. That's fine.
Probably just as much computer time, but on my own terms, I guess.
As we say, sometimes just being on your own terms is enough.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So the headaches have resolved. That's good. Anything else unusual that you have been noticing with your eyes? So perhaps any eye strain, any aches and pains around your eyes?
I can't think of anything. No.
Yeah, that's good. Anything unusual with your vision? So perhaps bursts of light, double vision, bits floating in front of your eyes, anything weird and wonderful?
No.
And anything else that you've noticed about your eyes or that's concerning you?
No, I really can't think of anything.
That's absolutely fine.
It's just the eyesight they bother me for. It's always just guaranteed the time I'm rushing to get a train and I can't read what the train is. I'm lucky that is my problem. And that's
true. Yeah, but equally it is very frustrating when you're not able to. So that's fine. What I'm going to do is just give everything a quick clean. We'll have a look at. We'll check your prescription to begin with. So we can have a look to see if there has been any change to your glasses prescription. We can then move on to looking at eye health as well, so sort of photographs and scans of your eyes. And then we'll do a peripheral vision check at the end as well. Right, okay, well what we'll do is, you're welcome to pop them on the side there.
Oh yeah, that would be easier, thank you.
Just make sure we don't leave without them. So what I'm going to do is put your prescription into some very stylish glasses, and that way we can start to see if it needs changing at all. So let's put these in. Get rid of the fingerprint on it because that's not going to help very much. So you're finding with your editing, is it sort of all day and then do you have a bit of a break in the evenings, or are you still...
but then if I'm having a break, I'll just be watching Netflix. So
we think of screen time as just being a computer, but actually we can't really escape them. So the reason I ask is sometimes people can struggle with getting to sleep if we're sort of using digital devices right up until the moment we go to sleep, or sort of struggling with kind of good quality sleep.
Yeah, there probably is an element of that.
So I mean, you've probably heard of like the blue light blocking glasses, and there's the modes on your phone and things. And it's really, again, it comes back to when did our eyes develop and evolve? It was in a natural environment. And so we have our sleep-wake cycle, our circadian rhythm is driven by blue light. So there is a hormone that our body creates to make us feel drowsy, so melatonin. And the production of that is stopped during the day by blue light. And so if you think of, if we're outside, middle of the day, if we happen to have nice weather, lunchtime it's blue sky, and then the blue is the colour that sort of tails out of the sky first. So sunset is more the sort of orangey pinks. So as the blue light levels drop in our surroundings, we start to reduce the suppression of melatonin. So we get this build-up of melatonin. After a few hours we feel tired, go to sleep. And then obviously the reverse happens in the morning. The blue light starts to build up, suppress melatonin, and we wake up again. As far as our eyes are concerned, if we're using digital devices, they're churning out lots of blue lights. How we achieve a sort of really crisp, bright white is by having high levels of blue light. And so our eyes are sort of just soaking up all this blue light, and so our body is thinking, oh, it's still middle of the day, so we don't need melatonin yet. And then obviously we switch everything off, get into bed, and then we're sort of still awake because we've not had enough time to build up this melatonin in our bloodstream to feel tired.
Right, so that takes a bit of time, that transition period.
So that's and if you kind of imagine like your teenage gamer who's up until 2 a.m. gaming, and then they are really shattered when they get up the next morning, or they can't get up the next morning for school. It's probably because they've switched everything off, got into bed, and then they're still wide awake because they've not had that build up of melatonin to trigger sleep. So that's the general theory behind it. There are other causes as well. So a bright screen just generally is going to make us more awake and alert than a dim one, hence night mode on a lot of phones. But that's the sort of the general feeling, and that having a little bit of a washout period before bed, which is easier said than done, because if we switch our computer off, we go and sit and watch TV or look at our phone. But yeah, that's generally the links that we have with sleep quality.
Maybe I'll check on my phone and see if there is any sort of timer you could do for a night mode.
I think you can, and some of them, if you, particularly for parents, you can put a blocker on it so that it just stops. Sort of, you can't be scrolling on TikTok for hours on end and things.
I tried the blocker on Instagram, and it comes up with a thing of, do you want 15 more minutes or 1 minute? And I just press it without thinking now.
Give you a bit more time. No worries. So to get these glasses fitting, I'm just going to take a quick measurement. So if I could get you to just have a look into my left eye for me. And into my right. Back to this eye. Back to this one. That's good. All right. So we're just going to pop these on. They will be a little bit loose when they first go on. And I'll tighten them up just so they're sitting nice and comfortably. How are those feeling for you there?
They feel fine.
Brilliant. Just get you to turn your head to the side. It's good to hand to the other side. Brilliant. Just making sure that the lenses are all set nicely. Perfect. So first thing that we're going to do, cover up your left eye. So we're just going to work on one eye at a time. Having a look back at the letters there. And the first thing I'm going to get you to do looking at the chart is to have a look at the letters when they're on the red and the green. Mm-hmm. Do you think that they look sharper and clearer on the red or the green, or are they about the same?
It's definitely the red.
Definitely the red. Okay. So out of interest, if I pop this in front, are they red or green or about the same?
Close to same, but maybe green.
Brilliant, that's good. So we use the red and the green to help us fine-tune a prescription, so it's not checking for colour blindness or colour deficiency. It's because different wavelengths of light, different colours of light focus differently in our eyes. And so we can use the red and the green just to fine-tune things. So it should be slightly more on the green now. Is that right?
Yes, yeah.
I'm going to get rid of the red and the green, and it does leave a bit of an imprint of those colours, so don't worry if there's sort of blue and purple on the screen there. Have a few blinks and that does disappear. I'm going to jumble the letters up, and do you want to read those ones for me?
F-R-U-P-V.
Lovely. And anything there?
F-N-Z-H-E.
Very good. Anything on that one?
N-V-S-D-R.
Is it clearer or more comfortable with that, or better without it?
Oh, can I see it again?
Yeah. Or without?
I don't know.
Not much difference. That's absolutely fine.
I think it got bigger with that one.
Okay, no, that's okay. And popping them onto the red and the green, are they clearer on the red or the green, or are they a bit more similar there?
The red is clearer there.
That's fine. So I'm going to get rid of the red and the green again. And this time I'm going to show you two blurry lenses. So neither is going to be crystal clear as you're looking at those. I'll just make the letters a bit bigger. So as you're looking at those letters, do they look sharper and clearer with number 1, number 2, or are they about the same? So we have 1, 2, pretty similar. Not much in it?
Yeah, they're both bad.
That's okay. And number 1 or number 2, or pretty similar again. 1, 2.
Maybe 2 is ever so slightly better.
Okay, that's fine.
It's so small.
That's all right. That's not a problem. And we're just going to show you these ones. So we've got better with 1, or with 2, or no difference. 1 or 2. About the same.
2, I think.
2.
Yeah.
And how about now? 1, 2, or about the same. So we have 1, 2,
1.
And we're going to show these two. So we've got better with 1, better with 2, not much difference. So we've got 1, 2,
2.
I should say at this point there's no wrong answers either. So we've got better with 1, 2, 1, or 2.
1.
And 1 or 2. 1 or 2, or about the same.
2.
So as you're looking at those letters, I'm just going to hold this lens in front. Is that better, worse, or not much difference? That's with versus without.
Not really different.
Yeah, pretty similar. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're looking at them, if I were to take that lens out, does that make any difference at all? Or? Marginal.
Marginal.
That's okay.
I was trying to think of the right word there. I was like, comparable?
Yeah. Marginal's fine. So as we're looking at these ones, if I mix the letters up, do you want to read those for me?
Z-N-E-V-U.
And if I put this in front, is that a little bit better, a little bit worse, or do you think better without?
Might be better with. Yes. Yeah, that's a bit clearer on the end.
Let's just take this one out there. That one in there. And we're going to do the same again. So we've got better with, better without.
Oh, I think with. Maybe.
Not much
Oh, I'm
difference.
doubting myself now. Yeah.
Don't worry, no difference is absolutely fine. If I'm really mean and put the tiny line up again, can you get anything there?
P. H.
Yeah.
Z-U-R.
Yeah. Is it more comfortable to read that line with that?
No.
Better without it?
Better without, yeah.
Yeah. And again, just last check of this one. Is that any better with that? Better without it?
It's like the same.
It's marginal. Yeah. No, that's okay. So if I were to make the letters a bit bigger, pop them back onto the red and the green, are they looking sharper and clearer red, green, or?
It's the same.
Yeah, that's good. So we'll give that eye a bit of a rest, and we'll have a look with the other eye. So have a few blinks, let this eye wake back up. And how are the letters looking clarity-wise on the red and the green with this eye?
Yeah, the red is the strong one.
And if I put this in front, is it red or green? Or?
Green?
A bit more with the green, yeah.
Yeah, but only a little bit.
Yeah. Get rid of the red and the green, so that we can be letting that imprint fade away. And if I mix the letters up, do you want to read those for me?
N-V-H-P-D.
Lovely. And anything there?
F-V-R-U-E.
Lovely. So we're just going to go back to that line. I'll give you a fresh set of letters, and I'm going to show you the 2 blurry lenses again. So do the letters look clearer with number 1, clearer with number 2.
2, definitely 2.
And then clearer with 1, 2.
It's 1.
Clearer with 1, 2. About the same. So we've got 1.
Yeah, it's 1.
And then clearer with 1, 2.
2.
Clearer with 1, with 2, or about the same. So we've got 1, 2.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yep. And with 1, with 2, 1, or 2, or about the same.
Maybe slightly 2.
Yeah?
But yeah, I mean.
No, that's fine. I'm just going to quickly adjust that there. Lovely. Right. So, if I give you a fresh set of letters, do you want to read those ones for me?
E-D-V-N-Z.
That's good. And how about that one?
Z-P-D-N-V.
And is it any clearer with this? A bit worse? Or about the same? So that's with versus without. With or without.
They're the same.
pretty similar. That's okay. I'm just going to swap that lens over. This one in. And a bit clearer with. Without, or about the same?
Without is better.
Yeah. And how are they looking now on the red and the green there? Are they a bit sharper on the red or the green, or about the same?
The red is slightly sharper. But it's not that much.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you want to have a go at that really tiny line again?
Z.
Mm-hmm.
R.
Yep.
V. P. F.
5 out of 5. Excellent. Always good when you get a full house. So what I'm going to do is just put this lens in front, which is going to make it go very blurry. So if I put this one in front, I'm hoping that that's gone quite fuzzy.
Yep.
Yep. And hopefully even the larger letters still quite fuzzy. Can you make those out?
No clue.
No. That's fine, because what I'm going to do is uncover your other eye. It is going to feel like you've had one too many, because you're going to have one eye clear, one eye blurry. So give your eyes a moment just to let that all settle. And if I jumble the letters up, so with both eyes open, do you want to read that line for me?
T-U-F-V-P.
Very good. Now, as you're looking at that line of letters, I'm going to pop this lens in front of your right eye. Is it clearer, more comfortable, or better without it?
It's better with.
That's good. I'm just going to swap that one over. So what we're now doing is making sure that one eye is not having to focus more than the other to achieve stable binocular vision. Clearer and more comfortable with that, or better without?
Better without.
That's good. So I'm going to move the blurry one across to your right eye. So now that's going to be the one that's really fuzzy. Jumble the letters up again. Give your eyes a moment
so
to.
Weird.
It's quite disorientating. Have a few blinks. So looking at that line of letters, and is it clearer, more comfortable, or better without it?
Better with, I think.
It's with no difference is also perfectly acceptable response.
It's more comfortable with, but I don't know if it's actually necessarily better.
That's fine. So comfort tells us that if it's more comfortable, your eyes are relaxing more. So
okay.
we go with that. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make any difference to the clarity, but it does to the comfort. So if we have a look again with this one, clearer, more comfortable, or
it's better without.
So I'm going to get rid of that one, have a few blinks, let your eyes sort of get back to talking to each other again. And how's that feeling with both eyes together?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, brilliant. Just a
clear.
quick, that's good. Quick check on the red and the green. Are they still looking fairly similar? Are they a bit more green, a bit more red?
The red is stronger.
A bit more on the red, okay. What I'm finding is that if we, your eyes naturally want a little bit more short-sighted correction, which we tend to not give because your eyes have to refocus through it. So if I were to give you a bit more, you'll be able to make it clear, but you can probably feel your eyes working to do that.
Can
you feel that?
Yeah, it's clearer with those.
Yeah, so they'll want it, but over time, that's going to cause headaches and eye strain.
Right.
Which is why we then balance out, because it's quite easy for our eyes to sort of want to sort of hoover up a little bit more correction for the short-sightedness. If I make the letters a bit smaller, do you want to have a go at that one for me?
ZDHFN.
Lovely. And
VEZRF.
Brilliant. So
I don't know if I'm getting used to it, but that felt a lot easier.
yeah, I mean, it may be because, again, I think you'd probably find that your eyes feel they can make it clear, but they probably have to work to do it with that. Whereas when we take that away, they're a bit more relaxed. So yeah, it's not that it's clearer, but it is more comfortable, which is good. Right. So the other one that we can do is have a look at what your eye alignment is like. So this is more if we're concerned about headaches. So what we do is pop a little polarized filter over glasses. So we have a little red plus there. There's 4 black circles, and then we've got 4 grey bars at sort of 12, 3, 6 and 9 o'clock. And hopefully if I cover one eye up, as if by magic, how many of those bars can you see now?
2.
Yeah. So which 2 can you see?
The
6 at 9 and 6.
Oh, hold on, sorry. So 12, 3,
Yeah.
6 and... Oh my God, my brain is not doing this. 6 and 9.
That's right, yeah. And with the side.
12 and 3.
Brilliant. And then we can get
All
all
of
4
them.
again. Brilliant. Sorry, yeah, your brain's probably wanting to correct for the fact that you're looking through a mirror as well. So what I'm going to get you to do is just look into the middle of the red plus for me.
Okay.
And we're just going to be interested in the 2 side by side. And the question is, are they sitting a little bit higher than one another? Are they nice and level?
They're level, I think.
And does it look like they're sort of vibrating, or are they nice and stable?
Stable,
That's good.
think.
No, that's good. I say no wrong answers with these. So now if we turn our attention to the ones that are 12 and 6 o'clock, still looking at the red plus, does it look like they have moved apart? Are they still pretty much in line with each other?
They're in line.
That's good. And again, are they vibrating, or are they nice and still?
They're still.
That's good. Not getting any flashing or anything of them.
They don't look bold. They look like faded, but yeah, they're good.
That's fine. So I'm just going to take that off. So what that's doing is just seeing if we allow your eyes to keep working together, but we have slightly different images, are they comfortably able to see a single image, or are they really struggling, in which case we start to see that those markers slip apart, or they're possibly vibrating, or they're possibly flashing. The fact that it's not doing any of those is good.
Yeah,
it means that things are nice and stable.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was meant to be doing.
We always tend to try not to load symptoms for you, or what it should be doing. Right, now we're going to have a quick look at close-up. So the first thing is we're just going to come back to this interesting paragraph here. Is that clear? Is it comfortable?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, yeah. Just read the first few words out for me.
So that year I got a paper route.
Excellent, that's good. Brilliant. So the next thing is we're going to compare the clarity of that sentence. So as you're looking at it, is it still clear with just this eye?
Yeah.
And is it as clear with this eye?
Yeah.
Brilliant, that's good. So the next thing is I'm going to get you to have a look at the clarity of the circles on the red and the green at the top there. At the moment, they look like they're standing out more on one colour than the other, or...
I don't know.
So again, no differences. Perfectly valid response. So, if I cover this eye, still fairly similar on the red and the green.
Green is a bit nicer.
A bit, yeah.
Only slightly green.
Okay, that's fine. Only slightly. I'll accept that. So the next one is I'm going to get you to just have a look up at this top right image here. And so I'm going to get you to look at the O in the middle. We've got a green bar above and below the O. And if we do the same again, how many green bars can you see now?
One is green, yeah.
And
then the other one.
And both.
Yeah, both.
Are they still level with one another? Are they sort of slipping apart?
Yeah, they're level.
Brilliant. And if we just go across to top left, so we're now looking at sort of horizontally. Is one sitting a little bit higher up than the other, or?
No, they're level.
Level. Brilliant. That's good. So take that, which is to be expected if we've not got any near vision problems. That's good. So yeah, that's all looking fine. Let me just take those off. Well, actually, the last thing we will do, is go back to the letters. Let me give you a range of letters there. So we've got 2020 down at the bottom, driving standard up at the top. And what we'll do, I'll just grab your glasses. So there hasn't really been a change in prescription, which is good. Yeah. It's always nice. So have a look at what you're getting at the moment. If we take a sort of mental screenshot of how it's looking, how comfortable it is, I'm then going to pop these off and let you put your glasses on. Okay. And there we go. Those. So it's not really massively different, I'm hoping.
Not massively. There is a difference, though, I think. Yeah.
So I can show you that one again.
Yeah, my brain's not good at remembering.
Marginal.
It's easier to read the bottom with this one.
So with a prescription change like this, I mean, the other one we can always do is have a look outside, because I was sort of thinking you're not spending your life looking at a letter chart, whereas you will spend your life looking through your lenses at things around you. But it comes down to the numbers can change, but if you don't notice a difference, this is absolutely not worth updating glasses.
Right.
Equally, the numbers haven't changed a huge amount, and I'm saying it's not a significant change, whereas you go, well, actually, no, I do see the difference. And it's about appreciating, is that difference something that's worth new glasses to you? Because from a clinical perspective, you're seeing better than 20/20 with these. There's no problem. So everything's working fine. Some people are quite happy going, okay, look, it could be a bit sharper, but these are working perfectly fine. Other people have to have it as clear and as pin sharp as it possibly could be. So a lot of it boils down to whether it's something that you would want. From my perspective, I'd be more than happy if you said, I'm just going to leave them as they are, which is not a problem. And I think sometimes just seeing the difference, because the numbers don't really mean a huge amount if you don't sort of work with lens powers. So it's more about, okay, there's maybe a bit of a difference, but is it going to change your everyday? And I would say at the moment, probably not. But equally, I'd say we can always have a quick look outside, and if it's something that you feel you would benefit from, then we can always update those.
It's good that they haven't got worse.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Grateful.
No, it's good, and your near vision's fine. Your near vision focusing is fine, because that's the other thing. Obviously, if we're doing lots and lots of screen work, is it something that fatigues and our eyes are maybe able to cope with it at 9 o'clock in the morning, but by 5 o'clock they're really flagging. So there's no signs of that. Obviously, there's a whole battery of other tests we could do if you were having symptoms to really dig down into what are your eyes doing up close. But at the moment, there's no kind of red flags that I'm seeing. I'd say yes, we need to do more testing from that perspective. So from a prescription side of things, all looking fine, no change there, which is always good news. So the next part that we're going to do is have a look at the health of your eyes. So what we'll do is just quickly pop these lenses away. So we'll start off by getting some images of your eyes. So it's useful to get photographs and scans. And then I'll have a look at your eyes on the microscope as well. So we can always have a in-person look at your eyes. Build up a good view of what's going on. And then from there we can have a look at peripheral vision. And then we're all done at that point. So, first thing that I'm going to do is I'll just bring the table around. I'll pop the lights out as well. And you're welcome to put your glasses on the side there.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing them on.
So, we're going to start off with this one here. I'll just take the caps off, because it's always a clearer picture without those. So we're going to start off with a colour photograph of your eyes, and then we're going to take a scan of the back of your eyes as well. So is that comfortable there?
Yeah, it's okay.
So in a moment you're going to see a yellowy green light, and it does sometimes look like it's hovering outside the camera. I'll get you to keep looking at that for me. That's very good. Just focus the camera in. Maybe a flash of light. Excellent. And we'll give your eyes a moment to recover from that very bright flash, and then we'll take a photograph of your other eye in a moment. So you can keep your eyes closed for a moment, that's fine. It's always the downsides of a bright camera flash, is it makes your pupils go a bit smaller.
Yeah, it looks like you're seeing the moon or something. Yeah, so good.
Okay. So looking at that yellowy green light in front of you again, that's very good. Very good. And sit back. So what we're then going to do is I'm just going to spin the table around, and I'm going to get you to pop your chin on the other chin rest for me. So this one gets an infrared image of the back of your eye. So it's a little bit like a colour photograph, but infrared light goes deeper into the tissues of the back of your eye. Now you should be able to see a blue light in front of you.
Yeah.
So we need to keep looking at that, and I'm just going to focus this one in. It's going to be a bright flash. Very good. So we're going to do a second one for this eye. So I'm going to move the blue light over to your left. If you want to have a look at that blue light again for me. Very good. It's always a bit strange seeing your own eye on the screen there. So let's just focus that in there. Very good. Another bright flash. Wonderful. I'm just going to bring that back, and then we're going to move across to this eye. So
something else Stranger Things.
Yeah, I shall go through those with you, don't worry. So you should see the blue light back in front of you again.
Yeah.
That's good. So I'm just going to focus that in there. Bright flash. Wonderful. Last one in a moment. So for the last one, I'm going to move the blue light over to your right. So get you to have a look over to the right there for me. That's good. and sit back. There we go, that is it for the blinding flashes of light in your eyes. So you're welcome to pop your glasses on and we can have a quick look at those. I'll just pop the lens caps back on. So on the far screen, you've got a colour photograph of the back of your eye. So both cameras are looking at the same thing. So let's just read this. So if you imagine we're looking in through the pupil of your eye, the curved back surface of your eye. So we've got that on the screen here as well. So we've got a colour photograph over there, infrared image here, but they're both the same thing. So you can see this sort of blob, it's a yellowy colour on the colour photograph, sort of a grey colour here. So that's the optic nerve as it joins into the back of your eye. So we're almost looking at it, we are looking at it end on as it plugs into the back of your eye. So all of the visual information from your eye exits your eye along the optic nerve, and that then runs to the back of our brain, which is where the visual cortex sits. So actually when we're observing the optic nerve, we are looking at a part of the central nervous system. It's like an extension of the brain. It's also where the blood vessels come in and go out. So as you can sort of see there, that bit that makes it look like something out of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You've got an array of blood vessels, so they're in colour over there.
That's a bit creepy.
So basically the retina is the only place in the whole body where we can see the circulation. So it's quite a unique way of observing the cardiovascular system. So things like diabetes, high blood pressure, risk of stroke. It's really good for having regular fundus photography or retinal photography because we can pick up those minute changes.
Right.
The optometrists can't see sort of just from remembering and looking at their notes from last year's eye exam.
So you compare them to the previous.
Absolutely, yeah. So we can start to look for any changes there. And then the other part of the retina is this sort of little spot here. So we've got sort of an oval shape there, and then there's this little dark spot with a white speck in the very, very centre there. So this oval that we can see here is called your macula. So that's where we get our detailed central vision from. And it's a couple of millimetres in diameter, but it's a huge portion of our central vision. And then the dark splodge with a little white speck in the centre is the very centre of the macula called the fovea, and that is the bit that we're getting that better than 20/20 vision with. It's a pinprick on the retina, but it's a very important sensitive part of the back of our eye and responsible for the really sharp vision that we get. And then the more peripheral we go, it's not got detail at that point, so you could have a huge chunk of retina missing here and you would be largely unaware of it. Because your brain just fills in our peripheral vision, and a lot of what goes on in our vision is assumptions that our brain's making. So the information that travels down that optic nerve is only a very small percentage of what we actually perceive in our vision. So our brain does a lot of filling in, and
it's like AI.
Yeah, effectively nature's AI. If you look at sort of optical illusions and things, you start to see the framework of almost like the computer algorithm that our brain uses. Yeah. And optical illusions are really nice behind the scenes of, this is what it's normally doing, but I'm not aware of it. Whereas we can manipulate and we can really sort of highlight when it gets it wrong. Yeah. But the interesting thing with a lot of optical illusions is even when you know how it works, you can't not see it, which shows how hardwired these algorithms are. So if you remember that, the white and gold / blue and black dress thing that went round.
Oh, yeah. God, that's throwback.
That's a good throwback. But that's a really good example. Very few people can actually alternate between seeing it as and you can see pictures of why it appears as either white or gold or black and blue. And even knowing that, you still will see it as the colour that you see it, because it's just this hard wiring within our visual system and the higher processes within our brain that sort of stitch everything together. So
I think
we tend to think of vision as being a little bit like there's a cinema room in our brain, there's just a projector screen in there. Yeah. I mean, there is never anywhere in our brain where a full image is formed of the world around us. It's all sort of electrical signals. But our brain does an awful lot with it to fill the blanks in.
That's fascinating.
But so health-wise, sorry, short. We took a bit of a detour there, but health-wise, all looking absolutely fine. Both eyes nice and healthy. And again, if we have a look at the colour photograph there, so we save that one. It just jumps across. So it's a mirror image. The optic nerve sits on the other side. So the optic nerve is on the nasal portion of our retina.
Right.
Because it sits in a different location for each eye, our binocular vision makes up for it, and sort of the missing patch, because there's no retina over the top of the nerve. So the blind spot caused by one eye isn't the same as the other eye. So we can only find our natural blind spot if we cover one eye up, and then it's you can normally, if you get sort of a target a bit smaller than your fingernail and sort of hold it out to the side, you can make it disappear, and it's by you effectively placing the image of it on that blind spot.
Right.
But as we don't tend to walk around with one eye closed, we don't notice it. But all looking nice and healthy, so all looking very good. So the next thing that we're going to do is have a look at your eyes on the microscope. So it's useful to have images, but it's equally important to have a look at the health of your eye with a microscope. So I'm just going to move this table out of the way. And I'm going to bring another table across which has the microscope on, so we can have a really good look at what's going on with your eyes. So let's bring this across here. And if we just slide that across there. Right, so if I get you to pop your chin on the chin rest, that's good. Now, is that a comfortable height there for you?
Yeah.
Is that sort of comfortable position? Brilliant. So what I'm going to be doing is having a look at your eyes with a light source, but I'll also be holding up these magnifying glasses so I can have a good look at the inside of your eye as well. And if it gets a bit bright at any point, just let me know. So that's good. So let's bring this, so it might come forward. You might just feel it resting on your hands, but let's hold that there. So to begin with, I'm going to get you to look at my right ear for me and just blink as often as you need to. That's good. Very good. Looking at my other ear for me. And then back at this ear for me. So if I could get you to look over to your left. That's good. And over to your right. And looking up. I'm just going to very gently lower your eyelid. And looking down. Gently going to lift this eyelid up. That's good. And if I just get you to close your eye for a moment. Wonderful. And then I'm going to get you to have a look at my other ear again. And if I get you to look over to your right. And over to your left. And looking up. Gently lower your eyelid. And looking down. That's very good. And then just closing your eye for a moment. Wonderful. So I'm then going to get you to have a look back past my right ear for me. That's very good. Wonderful. I'm just having a look at the optic nerve now, and with the green light, it's a red-free filter, so it makes the blood vessels stand out nice and clearly. And the advantage of having a direct look in with a magnifying lens is I can actually see the blood vessels pulsating, which obviously isn't information we get in a photograph. Yeah. So I'm then going to get you to have a look up at the ceiling for me. And so what I'm now going to do is just have a look at the peripheral retina, which is getting further round than we'd see in a photograph. Good. Wonderful. And looking over to your right. Good. And looking down, I'm going to very gently hold your eyelid. Very good. looking over to your left. And then back at my ear for me. That's wonderful. Now it is just going to get bright for a moment. Excellent. There we go. All looking fine. So we're going to do exactly the same for your other eye. So this time, if you want to have a look at my left ear for me. Good. And then looking up at the ceiling. And looking over to your right. Looking down, gently going to hold your eyelid. And then looking over to your left. And then back at my ear for me, and again it's just going to get bright for a moment. Very good. And sit back. That's it for the interrogation light. So yeah, eyes looking nice and healthy, all looking absolutely fine. Obviously there's the little freckle that we spoke about previously, no change there at the front of your arm. I'm just going to move that over there. So whilst your eyes are just recovering from that, I'm just going to quickly pop the room lights on from that. I just want to see how your eyes are reacting to light. So it might be a little bit bright when they first go on. There we go. Have us a moment. Right. How are they feeling? A bit dazzled.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you to just look down towards the end of the room for me. So just stand up there. That's good. Good. Wonderful. That's good. And then looking towards the end of the room, towards the tip of my pen, back towards the end of the room. Wonderful. That's good. So pupils are all responding as they should be. Right, so the very last thing that we need to do is just to check your peripheral vision. So what we'll do is pop over to the other machine and we can get all of that done.
Cool.
We're all done.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, so if you want to grab a seat there, that's good. And then we'll just wheel forwards there. So first thing we need to do is just grab the eye patch out there. You get to dress up like a pirate for this one.
Oh, great.
It's a very snazzy eye patch to pop on. So we test one eye at a time. And what I'm going to do is just cover up your left eye to begin with. So if I could pop that one over your head, feel free to adjust that. And I'm just going to tighten that up just so it doesn't slip down halfway through the test and put you off. And you get the little clicker, so it's the button up at the top there.
Cool.
Now, for this test, it does feel like your head is off centre because you're going to be on the left to begin with.
Okay.
If you want to pop chin on the rest, forehead against the bar at the top, and just sort of move slightly this way. That's it. Brilliant. I'm just going to bring you across and up. Lovely. Now, you should be able to see an orange light at the back there.
Yeah.
Is that sort of a comfortable position for you? I can move the table if not.
Yeah, no, this all feels fine.
Lovely. I'm going to turn the room lights off, so let me just turn those down. And I'm going to get to keep looking at the orange light. So throughout this test, what's going to happen is you'll keep looking straight ahead at the orange light, and there'll be a series of white flashes that appear anywhere on the screen. They start off really bright, but they'll get quite faint to the point that you feel like you've imagined seeing some of them, which is perfectly normal. And what I'm going to get you to do is just press whenever you see a white flash for me. Okay. If you accidentally press when you didn't mean to, or drift off and forget to press, don't panic. It does double check things. And blink as normal. Don't feel you've got to stare throughout the test as well, because it is a couple of minutes. Right, so keep looking at the orange one. The first thing it's going to do is just calibrate the eye tracker, so just keep looking at the orange one. There won't be any white flashes to begin with. And, let's just set that go. Excellent, and off we go, just pressing whenever you see a white flash for me. Good, doing very well. Doing very well. Really well, just last few points. Wonderful, there we go. Does feel quite intensive, that one. Yeah. I'm just going to pop that eye patch off. So we'll let your left eye wake back up. But yeah, because it's really testing what's the sensitivity of your eye, there will always be ones that you don't see because they're so faint, because it needs to know sort of what's the upper limit. So it's very much like a hearing test. It starts off with something you definitely can see or hear, and then it gets fainter and fainter until you don't, and then it creeps it back up again until you do see it again. But yeah, that's why it then gets to that point. It feels like you've imagined seeing
Yeah,
something.
it's like...
Was that one?
Yeah, I felt like there was some that I'm like, maybe that was one, I don't know.
No, so that tends to happen when it is just on the limit of what we're able to perceive. So we half register seeing it and half don't, which is then what gives us that sort of sense of doubt that, did we see that? Was that one? Right, so we're ready to go with your left eye, then chin on the other side. That's good. Forehead against the bar. Is that comfortable there for you?
Yes, okay.
I'm going to just move the chin rest across and down slightly just to get you back centred with the orange light. Let me bring that table up a bit as well so you're not hunching over.
Thank you.
Is that comfortable there for you?
Yes, okay.
Yeah, brilliant. So same as before, I'm just going to recalibrate the eye tracker, so just keep staring straight ahead at the orange one for me.
Can I press that?
Oh, that's it.
Sorry, I thought I pressed it or
something.
something.
Yeah, don't worry. That's fine. That's good. There we go. Right, so that's all ready to go, and exactly the same as before. So just keep looking at the orange one. Press when you see a white flash. Off we go. Very well. Wonderful. There we go. Top marks. Right, so we to take that patch for you. There we go. And then if I take that clicker as well. Right, that is you all done. So that was all absolutely fine. I'll just save those. Right. And then we can pop the lights back on and see what we're doing. So I'm just going to put those room lights on. There we go. Right, so that is everything all done. And so health-wise, your eyes are looking absolutely spot on. I've written out a copy of your prescription here. Put it down for another 2 years. So that's a copy of prescription. Not that you need to update them, but obviously if something happens to the current ones, you need an up-to-date bit of paper to sort some new ones out.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise all looking spot on, and we can just review things again in another 2 years.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you again.
Yeah, it's lovely.